Let's add the Hunger Games to my reading journal. Now, this is normally where I tell you about the Hunger Games, but I'm assuming unless you've lived in an Amish cult for the last 20 years, you probably know what the Hunger Games is. So instead, let me talk you through my journal. So I'm just adding my minutes here. I messed up that one because I looked at the wrong date, but most days I listen to over an hour and a half of my audiobook, and I did give it 5 stars. My alphabet challenge is filling up nicely, but it is the beginning of the year, so that's hardly surprising. And I just added this to my Aurelium challenge because I forgot to the other day. And here I am just filling in my calendar tracker to say what days I read it. Also adding my stars just to show that I have read it off of my TBR as well. So The Hunger Games, why do I love it so much? This is the 3rd time I have read it. The first 2 times I read it with my eyeballs. This time I listened to it on audiobook. I didn't love the narrator, but that still could not dampen my joy for this book. I just think it is such an interesting story. And yes, there are stories like this. You've got things like Battle Royale and 100 other films and whatever that have got people fighting to the death. But I think where this differs is because it turns to rebellion and her fighting against the man. I love the characters. Katniss is different in the books to the films. She's far less willing to fight against the Capitol in the books. Even after Rue dies, spoiler alert, she is doing a bit of a fuck you to the Capitol, but she doesn't realise the impact that's going to have. She isn't trying to incite rebellion. Whereas I think in the film she's portrayed as wanting to incite rebellion from the beginning, and she's really like anti-establishment. And I find it really interesting watching that change for her in the books. It's quite slow going, and even by the end of this book, she's still not like, let's start a rebellion. But it's just fascinating. The setting's really good. It made me cry. I'm not a big book crier, but every time I read or see Rue's death, I cry. I've got a problem. But that's all I'm going to say on it. Here's my page. What do you think?